Dear friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will tell you guys about switch versus router versus modem. Which device is right for you? Ethernet switch, router, and modem look strikingly similar, if only judging by their appearance. However, they each play different roles and are deployed for various purposes in a network. How switch versus router versus modem each functions in a network. We would address these issues in this video by explaining switch, router, modem from scratch. Dear friends, please watch my video till the end. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and comment on my video. Switch versus router versus modem. Commonly, in a home setup, you will see the modem installed first, followed by a router, and then the Ethernet switch. Here is the key operational principle: the modem passes the public IP address to the router, and in turn, the said router assigns private IP addresses to the devices connected to it. Internet access requires some of the common devices, such as modem, router, switch, and access point. A modem is used to connect to the internet. A router acts as a gateway to the computer network and is placed between a modem and a switch or hub. A switch connects devices such as a desktop, laptop, and access point to the router. An access point connects a device wirelessly. Sometimes modem, router, switch, and access point come all bundled in one device. Definition of switch. Whenever we talk about the switches, we must specify the level at which the switch operates. We have two types of switches: a two-layer switch, three-layer switch. The two-layer switch operates on two layers. Example: physical and data link layer. A two-layer switch has similar functionality as that of a bridge, but has faster forwarding capability and greater efficiency. On the other hand, a three-layer switch acts as a router, which receives, processes, and forwards the packet. Two-layer switch. In this video, we are discussing two-layer switch, which is similar to the multiport bridges. It can connect multiple network segments. A switch has a buffer for each link connected to it. Here, the receiving link buffers store the packet and check for the outgoing link. If the outgoing link is free, switch sends the packet onto the outgoing link. Switches are fabricated on two strategies that are store and forward and cut through. The store and forward switch stores the frame in the receiving link's buffer until the entire packet arrives. On the other hand, the cut-through switch forwards the packet as soon as the destination address of the frame is identified. Every switch has a control unit and a switch table. The control unit processes the frame to find the destination address of the frame and consults the switch table to find on which link the intended receiver is connected. Definition of router. A router can be defined as a network layer mechanism, be it software or hardware, using metrics to decide the best path to use for transmission of network traffic. A router is a device that routes or forward data from one network to other based on their IP address. When data packet is received from the router inspects the data's IP address and determines if the packet is meant for its own network. Then it receives the data, or if the data is for another network, then it transfers the data to the other network. It means that routers only forward the data if destination computer is the intended user. Routers have access to network layer addresses and contain software that enables them to determine which of the several possible paths between those addresses is the best for the particular transmission. Routers break up broadcast and collision domains. It means broadcasts are not forwarded through the router by default. It also provides connections for the virtual LANs, VLANs. A router operates on physical layer, data link layer, and network layer, and like modem. Here also the transmission of data is in the form of packets. As routers screen each packet before forwarding it to its destination, the implemented firewall in the router would help to determine potential threats that may harm your computer or your network. Hence, the router provides security to your computer and prevent your network from being attacked. The steps performed by a gateway. When it accepts a packet formatted in a protocol are as follow. A gateway accepts a packet which is formatted for a protocol. Example Apple Talk, used by the sender's network. It then converts that packet to be formatted for another protocol. Example TCP/IP, used by the receiver's network. After converting the format of the packet, a gateway forward that packet to its destination receiver's network. Sometimes the modification is needed only to header and trailer of the packet, and sometimes a gateway has to adjust the data rate, size, and format of the packet. Modem operates on a data link layer, and transmission of the data is in the form of packets. A modem is placed between ISP and a computer or a router. Modem does not have a concern with the security of the computer or a network, as a modem only meant to bring requested information from the internet to your computer or your network. It does not screen the data packet before forwarding it. Hence, there is a chance of potential threats to your computer. Switch versus router versus modem similarities. As standard components in Ethernet networks, switch, router, modem bears many similarities. Number 1. Switch, router, modem are all small plastic or metal, box-shaped electronic device. Number 2. They all allow computers to connect to it for the purpose of enabling communication among them via Internet Protocol. Number 3. They all have some physical ports on the front or back of them, which provide the connection points for computers, a connection for electric power, and LED lights to display working status. Switch versus router versus modem differences. Routers work at network layer 3 of the OSI model, and it deals with IP addresses. A router is specifically used to join networks together and routes traffic between them. When used at home, your router connects the internal local network to your ISP's network, and it can be connected to your modem provided by ISP on one end and to a switch on the other end, local network. Usually, the internet port on a router will connect to your modem, and the rest of the ports are for switches. A modem has a single coaxial port for the cable connection from your ISP and a single Ethernet port to link the internet port on your router. Modem is used to connect your ISP using phone line for DSL, cable connection, or fiber, ONT. Conclusion: switch versus router versus modem. What's the connection sequence? The simple rule for connecting switch, router, and modem is like this: modem, router, switch, access point, multiple clients. Put the switch behind the router so all devices connected to either the switch or the router can access the internet simultaneously. While placing the switch right after the modem is just as equal to not putting it. It will waste some of your hardware and cables. Since all your switch ports, aside from the two going between the router and modem, will be useless to you. Dear friends, thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel and don't forget to comment on my video. I will keep making these types of useful videos in future. So stay connected and make sure to subscribe. My channel is growing continuously due to your support. Thank you.